In New South Wales, mass fish graves have been dug out to cope with truckloads of rotting carcasses. The political fallout from the ecological disaster continues, with urgent calls to change the way rivers are managed. ABC Broken Hill reporter Sarah Temevska filed this report from Menindee.
Native perch and bony bream by the truckload. This was the distressing sight today as hundreds of thousands of dead fish were tipped into landfill. Menindee tour boat operator Rob Gregory says conditions have been getting worse for some time.
There's basically no water that's decent to swim in, pretty much, and to run a ski boat or anything like that. So it's certainly changed that aspect, and now with the fish kill, we've got to lose the fishermen as well.
And the pest of the rivers, the carp, has been largely spared.
They're certainly very, very low in the percentage of the kill, and which is a shame.
One former water manager turned researcher says water should never have been drained from the Menindee lakes when parts of South Australia downstream were in flood.
There's some really big questions that need to be asked about why releases were made from Menindee lakes when it wasn't needed at the South Australian border.
Governments don't make it rain. Unfortunately, we can't make it rain. The fact is, it's very, very dry there.
The Darling River is by no means the only waterway under stress. This fish kill occurred on the Murrumbidgee, near Balranald in the state's south. And even in the typically fertile northern rivers, mature fish have fallen victim to low flows and algal blooms.
These fish have probably been alive for 10 to 20 years and, have survived everything that's kind of come their way in that time.
Back in Menindee, Rob Gregory wants this disaster to be a wake-up call for those who manage the river and lakes.
Hopefully that will change in the future.
This ecological catastrophe could have disastrous political consequences for the Nationals. They hold the local seat of Barwon, but the Shooters and Fishers Party is throwing everything it has at winning the electorate in March. An issue that's likely to linger long after the stench has lifted. Sarah Temevska, ABC News, Menindee.